Okay.
Let me just blow this Kane and Lynch thing out of the way real quick. Yeah, I played the demo. I'm like, hey, what's the hell up with the quality? Why is it all like a documentary style? And then I read the game was like that. I hadn't played the first one. I heard it was terrible. I watched videos, and I'd like to play it, but it just looks like one of those games where I couldn't get into it. And so
It wasn't bad. It was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I'm not going to comment on it because I haven't played it, so my opinion is not valid. But I rented the second one. I beat it in 5 hours in one sitting with a friend, but I sat down and looked at him and was like, dude, I really love this. Everything was real. I can totally imagine this happening.
I don't know.
And the multiplayer, the way the multiplayer is presented, I love the
yeah, the multiplayer fucking bad. It was like
the Shattered Alliance, where you could just you never know when somebody's just going to backstab you.
Yeah.
And it
As
sounds
soon as
like
that
they
game goes down in
expanded.
price, I'm gonna.
They should have done more with it though. Like they could have done a lot more to the whole backstabbing thing. Like I like on the first one they had the cops and robbers thing, but I know it kind of got this whole bad reputation, the whole series with that whole Jeff Gerstmann thing. But yeah,
Let me say that Kane and Lynch 2 totally sets the rep right. I mean, besides the short campaign, I loved everything.
Did it suck your dick?
Army of 2 was another game. I don't know if anyone's played Army of 2 40th Day, but I really
40 Days
considered that.
was good until it ended. I'm like, man, this is so much better than the first one. And then I beat it, and I'm like, what a fucking shit ending. And then I played the multiplayer, and I couldn't like it at all. It was so different.
Hmm.
I heard the first one was a little bit better, but I heard the 40th Day had much better gameplay. But
the 40th Days campaign was really, really cool. I liked it a lot.
I never really played the 40th Day. I downloaded the demo. Okay, there was one demo as far as I was aware that was released for it. I downloaded it, sort of to see if it would tickle my dick. I installed it on the PS3. I went onto it, and it said you got to make an EA account. So I made an EA account, which I already had as it happened. I signed into it, and then it said you got to have another player join it. I'm like, well, for fuck's sake, I don't have anyone else. I just want to fucking play it.
Oh yeah, the demo.
Yeah, it seemed to be like a multiplayer demo or something. I'm like, I want the fucking single player. But it turns out that I can't remember exactly, but it sounded like you needed 2 players registered into the system for you to even load the single player, which seemed like Billy bullshit to me. So I didn't even bother.
You know what happened? It forces you to play the 2-player co-op. It was kind of retarded, but
turn me off. I tell you, save me 6.
Yeah. Oh, it was only for the demo, but still.
Yeah, but like really, we just thought. If I say quick, it's more like going to be a 20, maybe 30-minute introduction. We've started another video now, so for fuck's sake, we're going to use the time on it. Not going to make.
All right, what's the first thing you want to speak about?
Well,
how about this? How about we talk about the upcoming games for the rest of the year in like January and just like our opinions on them or something like that.
Dead Space 2.
Yes.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna go to the midnight release, and I have signed up to be in the multiplayer beta. Hopefully, I get accepted.
Are you going to fuck it when you get it?
Isn't it?
Dude, when I get it, I'm gonna rub it.
I mean,
all
there's
over
a
my
hole.
balls, so that way.
There's a hole. You could just fuck the shit
I'm
out
gonna rub
of
it all over my manhood, so that way its overall value goes up. You know.
I am surprised. I'm very excited about a game that not a lot of people seem to really talk about, Vanquish. Just because.
Yes. Who here has played the demo?
The demo's out? I didn't know that.
Yes, dude, you need to play it. I have played it 20 times.
It looks really cool. Like I really like the way the gameplay flows, and I've already actually pre-ordered it because I want those fucking guns from GameStop. Yes, I do business from GameStop. I've got a guy who works there. He actually gave me. I bought Halo Reach. I didn't pre-order it, and he was like, "You know what? You come here all the time. Tell you what, buddy, I'll give you the fucking pre-order code." Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have to
I used to work in a game in the UK. All they are, they just come in like a big bundle, like say 200 flyer sheets or whatever they are with the codes on them, just wrapped in an elastic band.
They literally just print out the codes at GameStop. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, they don't care. They just give them to you.
Also, by the way, Halo Reach, very surprised at how much fun I'm having with it. It's what Halo 3 should.
I was actually going to when it comes down.
Like Halo 3 was fucking terrible. ODST was pretty fun. But Reach, I'm having a lot of fun with the multiplayer.
Let me get my opinion out on this real quick. Yep. Okay. Halo 1, I never thought it was really like, oh my god, it's awesome, but it was cool. I owned it, so kids wouldn't make fun of me when I was in middle school, blah, blah, blah. Halo 2 came out, got it, it was cool. Halo 3 came out, it was basically the same thing as Halo 2. It wasn't really outstanding. And after a few months, I'm like, fuck this multiplayer, because it just made me mad. Eventually, everybody got so good to the point where you had to play a certain way or you're not going to get further in the multiplayer. So I stopped playing, and everybody's like, dude, you used to be so good. And I'm like, yeah, well, I started playing other stuff. So Reach came out, my friend brought it over, and I'm like, all right, let's play the campaign. 3 missions in, campaign's boring. I didn't care. I know they tried to throw some emotion in the storyline, but I read the book, so I knew the story, and it just doesn't give me anything. I don't want a half-silent protagonist with no face. I didn't care.
Either give us the silent protagonist completely, or give us one with emotion.
I mean, I'd rather play a guy with a face who's silent that's like actually a mute, so we can at least see his emotion. Exactly.
You know what?
But,
actually, Gordon Freeman is fucked up for anyone who's seen Freeman's mind. You know Gordon Freeman's real thoughts, and I can't play Half-Life anymore thinking it's seriously.
All right. But onto the multiplayer aspect of Reach, just real quick. I started playing it, and keep this in mind, I hadn't played Halo 3 for like a whole year, and every kid at my school thought I was like the best Halo player ever back when 2 was out, so I played Reach online a bit. I was doing really, really good, and then I'm like, hey man, put your profile on here and we'll both play online. So me and my buddy are playing, and then my one friend jumps on, and he's like, hey man, let's play. And we're like, okay, let's play it. We go into matchmaking, and we couldn't win a single game. For some reason, it was like we win 10 games, we lose 20. And then everybody was like screaming, bullshit, he can't blow me up with 1 grenade, or how does he do it with 1 bullet? And I just got so sick of the whining, and the sudden, over a night, everybody's super pro. And I'm like, it's the same thing with Halo 3. Now I have to get really, really fucking good really quick, or my money is out the window. So,
for me, well, actually, tonight was the first night I really sat down with the Halo Reach multiplayer. But what was really fun was it was a buddy of mine I used to play Halo 2 with all the time. Me and him and my brother were all playing 3-player split screen online, and it was just fucking awesome. So it was mostly just about nostalgia of playing split screen for me. And we had a blast doing Invasion too. Invasion's fucking amazingly fun.
I remember that. I played a few games of that.
Like I'm just really satisfied with Reach so far. I mean, it is what Halo 3 should have been.
One more thing I wanted to point out that you remind me. Halo has always been about matchmaking. It invented the whole online matchmaking thing, right? I mean, pretty much. Okay.
I'd say, yeah.
Well, we go online and we want to do Team Slayer. And I'm like, okay, I want to do 4v4. And every time you get into a game, they ask the 8 players to vote. Would you like to do normal Slayer, SWAT, which is no shields, 1 kill headshot, or would you like to play Elites versus Spartans? And it switches it up. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We always wanted Slayer in those first 5 games, but if we played Elite, SWAT, we lost every time. And I got to the point where I'm like, look, game, if I want to play Slayer, let me play Slayer in a playlist and not snipers that sometimes I get outvoted by 1.
Always had these fucking variations to it. You couldn't just play fucking deathmatch.
Yeah, just give me a snipers only playlist.
We're trying to set up a Halo 3. I mean, I've had a Halo 3 pretty much since it come out. I mean, you pretty much have to own it. I don't know why, but I mean, I got it real cheap anyway.
Should we save the Halo discussion for another video? Just thinking about it. Seems like everybody has a lot to say about it.
Let's cut it here.
It sucks dick.
Yes, that's the final verdict. I don't care what we say in the next video. That will be the final verdict.
But really, I mean, as to what to expect for these videos, it's just going to be kind of like a whole, we'll just discuss anything, we'll talk about anything, and it's just going to be coming from people who play the games themselves. So it's going to be saying that, like I said, not so much video. It's just saying just minimize, you do whatever, and you just listen in the background, and hopefully you get some enjoyment out of it.
See, you guys all need to go download Minecraft, and while you play that, you listen. Mm-hmm. If you know what I'm talking about.
So I actually have a question for everybody, or for you two.
Oh,
do you guys miss split screen multiplayer?
Do we want it?
Do you miss it? Like it is no longer like the
there
main
was something
form
about
the
game. It depends on
there's a social aspect completely gone. Like that's why honestly I'm having fun with Halo Reach. It's the only fucking multiplayer game I can find that lets you play with split screen with people online.
And Kane and Lynch 2.
And Kane and Lynch 2, you can do that? That's good to know.
The biggest problem with
like
screen though is like
oh wait, you mean in multiplayer, like you and a friend both play others online?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but it turns.
But still, though, you got split screen now, which is good enough.
Rainbow Six Vegas,
because like Rainbow Six Vegas was another good one too. Like it just drives me crazy. Like Call of Duty, it's this big game, but they've lost some of the best things about first-person shooters in that series, like split screen multiplayer. Being able to, it's there, but it's really. I mean,
a lot of it is
a game like that. It's really
for some reason they make the games look really good, and I've noticed. Even on like racing games, you put a split screen on like say Forza 3 or whatever, and the frame rate will take a shit. And
but here,
it just ruins it. Like it depends on the kind of game it is. If it's like a big fast-paced action game, like say Call of Duty, I just couldn't limit myself to half of the screen. I'm too used to using a whole screen. I mean, I have.
But I'd still like
fucking
the option.
56-inch Sony Bravia, but
I mean, yeah,
Like, I'm
I
really
agree.
glad in Lost
Yeah,
Planet
go
2 they went back and added split screen multiplayer. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really glad they did that in Lost Planet 2.
Oh wait, they
Like,
did.
it's
Like at first, I knew you couldn't play, so I could basically say, "Hey Ryan, come over, and we can team up with 2 others online."
oh, before
Okay,
you,
see
think.
that
25,
is what
I
games
maybe
need
will
to do.
what is your
Yeah,
game
like-
tags? What are your game tags? I know people are going to be asking.
I don't want to put my game tag on here. I don't talk to half the people I play with anyway, or that are on my friends list anyway. So
It's
Yeah.
Nhouse XM.
Spell it.
I think. Might be bullshit. I can't remember what my gamer tag is.
I think
it
it's,
might be bullshit.
NHOUZXM.
for English people, that's NHOUZXM.
I'm going to stab you in the fucking dick.
I was going to say you'd have to find it first, but then that would just kind of commit suicide for my ego.
So what's our time left on this?
We've got like 3 minutes left. I think we shouldn't really discuss anything big because we're just going to lose time again. But
All
So
But,
let's talk
if
about
there's a-
Jack Stick then.
well, that in itself is
Zing!
that's like a two-parter right there. So.
When can our viewers expect the first actual episode, like a time frame?
Well, shit, bitch. If you want to do it after this video, we can.
Hell
be down.
yeah!
Well,
Let's do it.
okay, so they're not going to see it for a while, but thing is, when I move to Texas, which is going to be like next week sometime, I've got like super motherfucking 900 megabyte internet 111, so I can upload videos like really fucking quick.
What
Awesome.
the fuck was that? Ugh.
So I can upload.
That's English
upload-
talk for good internet connection.
Fuck you. So I can upload videos really quick. So all I got to do is really just replace the audio file, which is really easy. But yeah, I mean, is there anything you want to kind of introduce about yourselves personally? Really?
I don't have a
We know
mullet.
Nick's a woman, but
I
Uh,
I should explain that I am actually the queen of dance. Oh my god! Garbage day! I just had to throw those two things in there. I have been watching those all repeatedly. For those who don't know, just search Garbage Day and Oh My God. And the Oh My God is from Trolls 2, and they're fucking hilarious. It's some of the
And,
worst
uh,
I've heard of
hey, we haven't hit 3 minutes, have we? We don't want to go just over.
No,
Yes.
we'll be fine. So Nick, when are we going to expect the next part of Nick House's Crisis LP? I want a date. I want a time. I want a freaking time when it's processed.
when it's done.
Ooh, that's Gmail.
That will be a moment in time.
The when it's done, which
That's it.
is when Duke Nukem
Day of-
Forever is
done.
done. Which, by the way, I wanted to say this. Woohoo! Gearbox taking over Duke Nukem Forever. Woo!
Duke,
Oh,
that game.
fucking
Kind of forgot
so
about the whole
close.
series.
gonna be done. I'm so excited.
He lied. Well, I'm not kind of looking forward to Duke Nukem Forever. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll be okay, but
Dude,
no
I
matter
don't
how long
care
it's
if
been.
it sucks, because I'm going to get it, because I have... Duke Nukem 3D was one of my favorite games of all time.
We need to cut this before this goes on for another 10
Yeah.
minutes.
I think for the next one we should probably say about what our best game of all time is and why and
Let's
whatever.
do it. Just more about us.
All right, so this has been
But
the
we just-
Mad Overdose. It's basically gonna be like an overdose on opinions. Basically, that's where the name comes from.
Mm,
Yeah, that's
Overdose of sexuality.
very thought-provoking
True.
name there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. Hit the little red and well, not red. I'm colorblind. It's a yellow and orange subscribe button. It should be in the top right-hand side corner of the screen, I believe it is. Hit that, and yeah, we'll have more of Mad Overdose coming soon with
Only the cool people subscribe.
only the cool.
Actually, no, we'll take some
But the
losers.
cool
too.
people
No, anybody who
actually
wants to
watch.
subscribe.
Yeah, anybody can
Losers,
but the cool
cool guys.
subscribe and keep up with it. But yeah, so yeah, see you next time. Say goodbye. Be nice people.
No.
Hell no.
Fuck you.
Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
All right, ending.
Hasta luego.